Hey, vinyl community, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Spirit of Vinyl. I'm Craig. How you guys doing? I already asked that. Hey, I hope you guys all had a great week. It's Friday. I'm a little earlier than I normally do this. Me and the wife are going out tonight and probably busy this weekend. So, my last episode was the record store day one, and that was the first time I was in the record store in like 6 weeks. And I've been back since, and I've got more in the mail and stuff. So don't tell my wife, but I've gotten like 10 new albums in the last like less than a week. So, of course, she knows. Maybe. I don't know. So I showed you all the stuff I got at record store day. I wanted to show you what else I went and picked up, and then I'll talk about what I listened to this week or whatever. Just a quick little episode. I do want to say before the record store day episode was my favorite Kiss era episode, and I got my first like troll comment. Somebody, you like Kiss? I don't want to hear anything from you. Kiss is terrible. And I thought, why'd you click on the video that says my favorite Kiss era if Kiss is terrible? These people sometimes. I left it up there. If you want to go troll the guy, just go back to that my favorite Kiss era and you can comment all you want. All right, so I took a couple of days off this week. So when I got off work on Wednesday, which was technically my Friday, I stopped at this little vintage fair we have, and there's a guy in there who's got a booth full of records, so I bought some records there. So first one I picked up, Thompson Twins, Into the Gap, Arista Records. This is an OG from, I don't know, 84, I think it was. Whatever. $10, which was a little higher than medium price, but this thing's in pretty much near mint condition. I think whoever had it probably didn't like it that much, maybe. I haven't listened to it yet, so I will let you know. I haven't listened to any of these first ones that I'm talking about right now. This one right here, Duran Duran Rio. I have been looking for this one in the wild for a while. It was there for $25. So that's about the right price. I looked it up on Discogs. It's about what it is. So finally got me a copy of Rio by Duran Duran. I love this record. I love the songs on here. I have not played this particular copy, but will do soon. Probably sometime this weekend. He also had the first Madonna album. This one's got Holiday and stuff like that on there. I think Like a Prayer's on here. I haven't played it yet. It was $25. Not bad. Looks like it's in VG Plus condition. The only Madonna I had before the hand was Like a Virgin. I just recently bought that. So I saw this. $25. That's about right, too, from what I was seeing. And then this one, Ozzy Osbourne's Ultimate Sin. This record's been at that booth for like 6 months. I saw it like 6 months ago, and it was $55. I thought it was a little high, and I'm talking to my buddy Jim in California, and he's like, "Oh, they're way more money than that." So I went back, and it was still there. I finally decided to pull the trigger. I did have a little bit extra cash this week. That's why. This also had all the inserts. There's an insert in here. Let me show you guys this, or maybe not. Sorry, I didn't pull it out. There we go. The insert to buy merch. Want to know what the price of a t-shirt was back in 1986? $14. $14. The last time I bought a rock concert t-shirt, it was $50. So yeah, so I haven't played it yet. It's not my favorite Ozzy album, but I know it is hard to find. So, like I said, I decided to pull the trigger. I ordered these from Discogs in the mail. My obsession with Adamant is continuing. King of the Wild Frontier, the first Adam and the Ants album from 1980. I've played this as soon as it came in the mail. This came in on Monday. I ordered it last Friday, and it was here on Monday. I was pretty impressed by how fast the post office got that done. So I got this one, and I got Prince Charming from 1981, Pittman Press. Still has both of them still have the, this one has the original sleeve. This one does not. They both sound great. It's cool music. I'm really digging it. So I gave $10 a piece for them. They were one of those. They were like $6 plus like $5 shipping. But if you buy another one, you don't have to pay any more shipping after taxes and shipping and everything. It cost me like $19 to have both those records sent to the house. So that's all the new stuff that I picked up, plus those 4 I got from Record Store Day. So that's 10. I've listened to the Adam Ant albums. I have not listened to the other ones. The other stuff I'd listened to. Listen to this week. First time I've ever spun this. I am not a country music fan. This album, as you can see, is totally hammered on the cover. A guy at work gave it to me, found it in the garbage. I work in the trash business. He found it on the floor at the transfer station, pulled a bunch of records out. This was one of those. It was really dirty when I got it and kind of hammered, as you can tell, but the record itself was in fairly decent shape. I cleaned it up. It didn't skip or pop or anything else. So, not being a fan of country music, I rarely listen to it. The only reason I played this is it came up. I was doing random picks on Discogs and it came up. So, what do I have to say about this album? It's pretty fucking good. It's really, really good. I was surprised. I mean, Johnny Cash to me is different. I know it's his country. It's outlaw country. This is not 80s country. This album's from 1968. It's pretty killer. I really like it a lot. I thought it was really good. Some of it's really kind of country sounding, but a lot of it is, some blues and sort of that outlaw country. And what he's doing seems so punk rock, playing live in front of a prison, singing songs like Cocaine Blues, which is killer tune, by the way. I know nothing of Johnny Cash other than I did watch the movie. That's about it. I mean, I've never really listened to him. My parents didn't listen to him, so I didn't grow up hearing this music, really. My parents are more modern, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, stuff like that at the time. So, but I really enjoyed it. The other thing I listened to that same night, Rolling Stones, Tattoo You. I love this record. I could have put this in my episode of stuff I was listening to when I was 12 or 13 years old because I had a copy of this record when I was 12 or 13 years old when this album first came out. I always loved it. When I don't know what happened to my original copy along with some of my other records I had from high school, so I have since replaced it. So playing this takes me back to that time of hearing that, I mean, I had this album before I got into Kiss and hard rock. But I do remember this is on MTV. And I was probably 11 or 12 or 12 or 13 when this came out. I really, really like this record. This is probably my favorite Rolling Stones album. Not because of the music, but because it does take me back to that time. And it was my first introduction to the Rolling Stones. So, and I like it a lot. I think it's got cool tunes on it. And then the other night, the Kid came out, played this, which I've showed you extensively in the last episode. I picked this up at Record Store Day. When I went there on Record Store Day. This is not a Record Store Day exclusive. If you're a fan of this record, I highly recommend buying this vinyl. It sounds awesome. I've listened to it 3 times this week. Of course, I love this record anyway. I think this is one of my favorite Clutch albums altogether anyway. So it's very heavy, very hard, and, just Neil Fallon spitting out vocals. This is an unbelievable record, and it sounds really, really good on this first time on vinyl repress. So I would suggest that. So when me and the Kid were hanging out the other day, we played that, and then he wanted to listen to this. Cold Chamber. Is this self-titled? Sorry. This is a unofficial from 2022 European press. Yellow, but it sounds excellent for unofficial demo, or not demo, for an unofficial pressing, and it looks really cool. It's got this cool splatter. They did a really good job on it. The mix sounds good. I've had this for a while. I love this record. I think Cold Chamber, for those of you guys who don't like nu metal, I'm sorry you don't like nu metal, but I think a lot of the nu metal bands are pretty good, and this is one of them. This is one of my favorites. I love this record. Sounds awesome. This unofficial EU yellow splatter press sounds great. Probably the best sounding boot I have. So, and then, my Kid, He's 18 years old. And his favorite genre of music is nu metal and death metal, of course. But so he pulled this one out. Limp Bizkit Chocolate Starfish in the hot dog flavor water. This is also unofficial EU. It's a double, so it's really cool. The press looks pretty cool. I know it looks pretty white there, but there's some, I don't know if you can see that. There's some gray mixed in with that. This also sounds really good for a boot. It really does. So, but yeah, I like this record too. My kid, I bought Significant Other. And then my kid started buying, he bought this and he bought their newest album, which is really good. And I know people talk shit on Limp Bizkit, but they're actually a really good band. Wes Borland's experimental guitar work is tremendous. Fred Durst, his rhymes, DJ Lethal, I mean, they have a cool sound. And I know Limp Bizkit gets a lot of shit or whatever, but I don't think they deserve it. I think they're a great band for their era and their genre, nu metal. So anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Like I said, I just, picked up a bunch of records. I've been to the record store a bunch, trying to figure out what to think about, what to say about the guy who commented how terrible Kiss is. And the thing is, I've heard that stuff my whole life. That whole Kiss sucks. Kiss is terrible. I can't believe you listen to Kiss. So you're not hurting my feelings at all. You're just being a troll, I guess. So, all right. Well, thanks, guys. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. Have a good time all. Be safe out there. We'll talk to you next week.